Hey, what's up guys, Mixoplex here. In today's video, we're going to be playing the Marksman Hunter in Battle for Azeroth Alpha. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that my hunter was just not geared for it. I felt like we really need a lot of crit to make Marksman viable. And I took a couple days to get just that. We were pretty much from gear top to bottom, exception being like 2 pieces, full crit. I got really good trinkets. I got good crit and haste trinkets, which just give me like 10 to 12 of either haste or crit. I mean, it's really, really good. But we're also using the gyroscopic legendary as well from Legion for some added bonus. One thing I would like to mention as well is when you see these dungeon clips, normally my gear is eye level 256 currently at the moment as of this video. When you come in here, your gear is dropped down to 112. So the damage that you're seeing should be doubled at the minimum. So do keep that in mind. But for the sake of testing and just making sure we get to test things thoroughly, they scale you down to a certain eye level as well. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I gotta say, this video took like 4 hours to get. Queue times are awful, basically. So even with like 50 people playing, for some reason people just weren't queuing. But sit back and enjoy, and I'll talk about some of the marksman stuff during some of the boss fights. So sit back and enjoy. So real quick, I would like to mention just some of the AoE rotation that I found that really works for me. If you're not taking the explosive shot or piercing shot, you kind of have to go to a traditional AoE rotation, which consists of multi-shot into an aim shot, multi-shot into whatever, and you have to hit at least 3 targets to make it worth it. That way your arrow or your aim shot will actually bounce for more damage on other targets. If you can't hit 3 targets, you will not get the bounce effect, and it's kind of shit. The thing is, explosive shot, while it's good, is on the same tree as some other important talents, and I mean it's good. But when you're in these dungeons, when you're scaled down, it just doesn't hit for a lot. And aim shot, for me at least, I'd rather continuously buff my damage with that. So we are on the first boss, Sky Captain Crag, and now in this fight, it's pretty straightforward. With these gloves, it makes the fight so much better. For those that don't know, this boss will continuously just leap to different targets, and it's very, very annoying. And it will knock you up. It will cancel your cast with aim shot, so you kind of have to stay ahead of the charges as well as his leaps when he is off his mount. But with these gloves, oh man, it makes it so much better, as you'll see throughout the fight. But as a marksman, you're going to want to open up with a aim shot. Use your quick shot procs, either the 1 or the 2. If you need focus, generate a few steady shots, or rapid fire if you have it, back into an aim shot, and that is pretty much marksman as a whole. Unless you're using explosive shot or piercing shot, that's basically the rotation through and through. It does decent damage. As you see here in this fight, we are using lock and load, so we do get a couple of these procs, but you have to remember to use your quick shot procs, as it's free damage. It actually hits pretty damn hard now, especially after the patch. I mean, because before it wasn't just hitting for really anything. I mean, it hit for about 1 or 2k, but now it can hit upwards of like 4 or 5k, and you can get maybe 10k damage off 2 free shots. You know what I mean? So very, very good. But for this fight, pretty straightforward. Just kite around, make sure you don't get hit. Kick the revitalizing brew if you can. And bust out as much DPS as you can. All in all, I think the gloves really made this whole instance just a lot better. Yeah, I gotta say, if aim shot doesn't change going forward, these gloves are definitely going to be a very good investment, and I recommend you get them before BFA launches. Alright, so we're on the Ring of Booty Trothak. Now this fight is very simple for ranged. Really just avoid the sharks when they target you, kite them if they do, and just drop down some damage. Now one thing we did switch up for this fight was using explosive shot for trash packs. Before this, because I was like, why not? You know, we needed that added AoE. Even though, you know, multi-shot into aim shot was very good actually. It just, I needed a little extra burst damage from my group, so I forgot to switch out for this fight. But explosive shot, when you're scaled down, doesn't really hit a lot. So I think when this is live, or when we're not getting scaled down anymore, it should hit for quite a bit, which is good, because you really need that that damage. And all in all, this is a tremendously easy fight. I think for this fight, we did switch to the class ring. That's one of the reasons why we're using explosive shot, is with the class ring currently in alpha, you get careful aim, which boosts your aim shot, crit chance, and damage. Actually, I think it's just damage. It gives you 200% extra damage when the target is above 80% or below 20%. You get that talent with explosive shots, so pretty good trade. I don't know if I'd continuously use it, but it's fun to play around with. All in all, easy fight for a marksman as well. You can take a couple of ticks of these sawtooth sharks, as they only hit for about 10%, and that's definitely easy to heal for your healer. A hot will do that for you. So we're on the final boss, Harlan Sweet. Now this pull was very good. I gotta say, I was really impressed with this. When you have Bloodlust, it's nuts. But we casted, see, we went to an aim shot, into our quick shots, into another aim shot. I then popped my true shot to give us back our stacks, which is true shot, instead of giving you the damage like it used to, it gives you back 2 aim shots and I think 20 to 30% haste, something like that. I'm not too sure at the moment, as I'm not in game as of this recording, but it's such a good cooldown now. And we also switched up to calling the shots, which for every aim shot reduces the cooldown of true shot by 6 seconds. So not that was needed on this fight, as we had a pretty good group in terms of damage, which was pretty nice. You know, a demon hunter and a feral druid, they were both doing pretty good here, as you guys will see at the very end. Logs, pretty impressive actually. I'm pretty happy with Marksman at the moment, especially considering our eye level is kind of screwed at the moment. But as you see there, we did kill the ad. Simple way of killing him. For some reason, the boss bugged out. I'm not sure. I've seen this one other time, but the boss just does this weird stuff sometimes. I mean, it is alpha, you know what I mean? All in all, very easy fight for a Marksman Hunter. Just CC the ad and burst him down. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the logs for this dungeon, and we'll see how we fared up against the Feral Druid and the Havoc Demon Hunter. So for the first boss, Skycap and Crag, we did a grand total of 1634.9 versus the Demon Hunter, who did 1200, and the Feral Druid did 1200 as well. Going through these though, the Druid really didn't, I don't know, he was using Brutal Slash. His bleeds were okay, but overall his damage just was kind of lacking. It's hard to beat someone who has real gear, unfortunately. That's just how it is, because the pre-made stat allocation is awful. So that's why you have to kind of quest and get better gear. But all in all, not bad DPS. We definitely messed up that pull though, for sure, especially with our True Shot aura. So for the second boss, Ring of Booty, we did a grand total of 1700 versus the Havoc, who did 1200, and the Feral that did 1.1. All in all though, going through these logs, which I'm really bad at doing in post, for some reason that Demon Hunter was using Fel Barrage way more than he was his actual abilities. So please do not keep this guy as a gauge of Havoc Demon Hunter. It seemed like he didn't know what he was doing, because looking through this at the moment while I'm doing this recording, it's everywhere. I mean, he's got damage from everything. Eye beam on a single target fight. I mean, it's weird. I don't really understand that, but hey, points for trying. He did pretty good considering his ability list was just everywhere. I mean, yeah, just look at this. It's really confusing. Then for the final and last boss, Lord Harlan's Suite, we did a total of 1900. The feral actually came pretty close. Again, if you guys didn't know, bleeds are now affected by haste. So when during a bloodlust, bleed classes are very fucking strong. They're actually very, very good. So going through this at the moment, his shred, his rips, his bleeds were doing insane damage. The Demon Hunter actually still did the same thing. He was just, again, using I-Beam, Blade Dance, everything on a single target fight, throw glaive. Not too sure there, but we did 1900 with Bloodlust, with cooldowns. Felt pretty good about the rotation, but all in all, not bad. We did fairly good DPS for Marksman. I think that's my new record. But all in all, you guys also got to remember that our gear and damage is pretty much cut in half due to the scaling buff inside the dungeon. So there you guys have it. That is the Marksman Hunter in full crit-ish gear. I mean, about 95% crit gear. I personally, when you cast an aim shot and you crit, that's very nice. And outside of this, my aim shots were hitting for about 15k back to back. I was literally critting every time. So very impressed with Marksman, and with real gear, I think it's really going to do good at 120 if they don't nerf everything. As it is still very early. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and you like the new format that we're doing, consider hitting that like button. If not, hit that dislike. It's all good. Consider subscribing to the channel for more Battle for Azeroth alpha content. We do all kinds of stuff, from tanking, to healing to DPS. Also, when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell, as we do live stream about 4 or 5 times a week. Just streaming everything. I think as of this recording, we did Discipline Priest, Shadow Priest, and Assassination Rogue on stream for viewers that were requesting it. So it's a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more Battle for Azeroth alpha content. Thank you guys.